I sat Indian style in the middle of the bed and stared out of the floor-to-ceiling windows that surrounded me. My cousin Natalie had a 2-bedroom loft with a breathtaking view of the Chicago River. I could sit and admire the view for hours without growing tired of the scenery. Living somewhere like this had to be amazing. I wished I could stay with her, but I knew that I couldn't. "Hey, boo." Natalie stuck her head in the room, snapping me from my thoughts. "C is here." "Okay." I eased off the bed and walked into her kitchen. A huge guy that had to be almost 7 feet tall stood in the kitchen with a blank expression on his semi-handsome face. He didn't appear too friendly, but I gave him a nervous smile anyway. He had something that I needed, so it didn't matter if he was welcoming or not. Picking up the manila envelope I left on Natalie's counter, I extended it towards him. C took the envelope from my hand, opened it, and thumbed through the bills inside. Once he was satisfied that it was all there, he pulled an envelope of his own from his jacket pocket. I looked inside and found an ID, birth certificate, passport, and social security card. "Thank you." C released something that resembled a grunt before he turned and left the loft. I looked over my shoulder at Natalie. He was friendly. My voice was dripping with sarcasm. You know, people like that have to be all mysterious and whatnot. Had I not told him that Mario was my boyfriend, he probably wouldn't even have helped you out. He's very selective about who he deals with. You know what he's doing could get him in a lot of trouble. "Yeah, I know," I mumbled, as I looked over the items, not believing that's what it had come to. I choked back a sob. Am I supposed to spend the rest of my life? Baby, you have to worry about later. You can't worry about that right now. You just have to make sure you're good for the moment. Everything else will fall in place like it's supposed to. I nodded briefly. It was easy for her to tell me not to worry. Her life hadn't been the one turned upside down. I had made my decision, however, and I had to stand on it. It wasn't that I regretted what I'd done. I just had to learn to live with the consequences that came with that decision.